guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Kristen, the marketing business guru by day and the bestie that brings you everything for self-growth, confidence building, everything that you need to feel good and feel inspired by night. Honestly, it should be 24/7, to be honest with you. But for those that are brand new, or if you're returning to my channel, thank you so much. I can't thank you guys enough for the support, because it's encouraging when I make these videos, because it lets me know that my message is resonating with somebody out there. So that means a lot to me. If you are new to this channel, if you are new to this particular series, my Rise and Glow, what this is we go through a very good topic for a journal prompt, a gratitude journal prompt, an affirmation that you can take with you for the day, for the week, or whenever you need a little upliftance. I also give you a Bible verse and a Bible question here on this channel, okay? We are Christian girlies. And if that is not for you, go find the next video. It's okay. No hard feelings. But on my channel, I try to bring you guys what I'm personally writing in my journal every morning. And then I also do a nighttime one. It's Unwind with Intention. I need to do more of those, but my morning prompts have been just a lot stronger lately, or they've been sitting with me a lot more. And to be honest with you, this month in particular, I know February is a huge month for love and compassion and companionship. All of these things go entwined with each other. But there's another element to this that sometimes we kind of miss out on, and that's giving the love that we desire from other people back to ourselves. And it starts from within here. And that's what I'm here to bring you. So today's topic is all about embracing your past, and the prompts that I'm going to give you, and we'll talk through them, will show you just how you can kind of do this on your own, or do some reflectionary on your own. So I invite you to grab a journal like this one. This is one of my favorites. This is the second one I purchased like this. I got it from Target in the what do you call it, where you buy the birthday cards and things. It's over there. But it's a journal for taking care of you. I write all my morning prompts in here. I invite you to grab a pen. I just had mine. I don't know where it went, but grab a pen. And then if you don't already have one, or if you need access to one, you can actually download the Bible app on your phone. I recommend doing that if you haven't already. You can still listen to this video, or if you have one close by, pick it up too. So let's get into the first question. So with the journal prompt today, the question is, what does loving my past look like, and how can I embrace it fully? Okay. All of us have a past, whether it's good, bad, happy, sad. We all have things in our lives that have made us who we are today. Now, for me, and I'll read you guys what I wrote. I personally said, loving my past means appreciating the journey and lessons that I have learned, okay? It means not approaching thoughts about my past as a punishment or with shame, but with kindness and love. And I'm gonna stop there for a moment, because for a very long time, I was hard on myself. I was hard on myself for the things that I went through. I was hard on myself for the things I, had to learn the hard way. I was hard on myself for a lot of different reasons. I thought that my past was a complete replica of where I am right now. But to be honest with you, most of it, there were lessons, that hard lessons I had to learn in some ways, but they shaped the woman that I am today. And that's something that, as you're writing that particular or answering that question, think about that. Because if you had to go back to your younger self today, meaning maybe 10, 15 years ago, would you tell her to change anything, or would you tell him to change anything? If the answer is probably no, I would hope so, then that's a good thing, because let's just give you a perspective. If you did not learn how to ride your bike. For those that know how to ride your bike, that's saying everyone knows how to, but if you know how to, it took you a while to learn that, right? You had to fall off the bike a couple times when your parents took the training wheels off. Maybe you hit a tree, hit a curb. You probably fell over in front of your friends. Probably did a lot of those things, but it took you a minute to figure out how to actually get the pedals moving and to ride that bike straight and narrow without falling. It took you a couple chances. Did you learn how to do that the moment you hopped on the bike without your training wheels? Probably not. So think of that as a good example of the things that you've gone through in your life to get you to where you are right now. I'll actually keep going. So the woman that I am today grew from the girl that was still finding her way. Once upon a time, I thought I had to do any and everything to please other people, when in reality, that version of me had to learn how to fill her own cup first before she could truly help another. She also became a strong mother and an independent woman, built on discipline and fully aligned with her goals. So that's my prompt for the day when it relates to that. And it's true, because had I not learned how to just love the girl that I was 10 years ago, maybe the woman that I was yesterday, anything that isn't in this present moment, it would be very hard for me to share that same knowledge with my son, because he's growing, and learning. And it would be very hard for me to really appreciate everything that I have right now. It could be very easy for me to say, oh, Kristen, well, because you had a kid and you're not, you're kind of raising him on your own, you can't achieve your goals of going back to school, or you're undesirable, or let's just say pursuing a master's degree is not an option for you, or you living by yourself, it's not feasible. Like, these are all of the thoughts that could go through my head. But in reality, if it wasn't for me having to go through the experience of having a child, going through the experience of moving back and forth, let's just call it like that, I would not have come to appreciate the idea and the feeling of being stable in the home that I am in now, of appreciating being as close as I am to my family right now, appreciating the solitude that I get sometimes, and then also just appreciating having a little voice in the house that asks me 25 questions all the time. It's just moments like that that have helped me really appreciate my past, and I hope that you guys can too. So that question again is, what does loving my past, so you can insert your name, look like, and how can I embrace it fully? So take your time and answer that question. We'll move on to the gratitude. So for those that are brand new, or if you're rejoining me, once again, the way I do my gratitude prompt is I give you something to really think about. You can write it in one sentence or two. It doesn't take an extra paragraph, but the gratitude prompts are very specific. And so they also tie into what the power prompt is. It's just like I guess you can say an extra branch to it. And the question is, what lesson from my past am I grateful for? And for me, this one I had a little hard time writing it, because it was like, there were like 3 different things I could have written, but I chose something that resonated particularly with me right now and things I was thinking about over the weekend. So my answer to the question is, I am grateful for removing anything or anyone that is adding more pain to my life than joy. Now with that, I'm not saying I'm just isolating myself. That's not it. But I am taking into account the things that make me happy and bring me joy and teach me about myself, things like that, and removing things and people and places that are not uplifting, or not inspiring, or are not helping me get to that next level that I desire in myself, or the highest version of myself. And so that kind of goes back to the past. Like, I look at all the different situations I found myself in. I looked at all the places and people that I interacted with over the course of however old I am, years. And I looked at the things, again, that brought me a lot of happiness and joy and bliss, but also helped me grow and elevate. And then I looked at things that, yes, they may have made me happy in the moment, but long term, were they really contributing to my growth, or was it, how can I say this, a short-term fix? And eventually it led to more destruction than, elevation. So that's my particular answer to that question. But for you, write that out. What does that look like? What is that lesson that you're grateful for? And as you're writing that, I really want you to sit and think, as of all the lessons that you've experienced in your life. There's probably a handful. That's why I said this prompt was probably a little harder to answer, because there's so many. But which one really stands out to you? And go with that one. And then maybe if you want to write that question again, I would recommend maybe a year from now, look at how you answered that question, and then answer it again. Maybe your answers possibly would be different. All right, so next is the affirmation. The way I do my affirmations is I pretty much give you guys a quick sentence or a statement that you can say to yourself internally. You can write it down like I do at the bottom of my journal here. And I recommend just repeating it to yourself. I say it 5 times. You can say it 10. However, it feels comfortable where the message resonates with you. But I want you to say it in a way that you believe and you affirm it to be true. So the affirmation I have for you is, my past is a part of my story and I honor it with love, which means, your past, it's not a blank slate. It's not a, book that you can just close and go to the next page. If anything, your life, think of it as chapters, okay? You may have written the first, I'm 30, so the first 30 chapters of your life have been written, but you still have so much more to go. But that doesn't mean you just close the book and give up on the things that have happened to you in the past. That means, quickly do a quick skim, assess, what has happened in the story up until this point, and decide how you want to proceed with your life and your goals, and how those things helped you or aim you in the direction that you desire to go. All right, so next up is the Bible verse in question. So the verse I give you, again, ties into the theme of the journal prompt, which relates to your past and things. And then the question ties into what the verse is. So if you have your Bible with you, you can turn to Romans chapter 8, verse 28. It's just one sentence, so it won't hurt you. I'm actually going to go there now. I should have put my bookmarker there. I usually do. Okay, so what it says is, we know that in everything God works for the good of those who love him. They are the people God called because that was his plan. I'm gonna read that again. We know that in everything God works for the good of those who love him. They are the people God called because that was his plan. So the question that relates to this is, how does trusting that all things work for good help you make peace with your past? Now, this goes back to the way I answered the first question, is the way that you look at the things that you've gone through in your past. Are you looking at them in a way of regret and pain and all of those things? And for a while, there are parts of my story that I looked at that way, where it was very painful. It was hard for me to see the glow or the positivity that came out of a situation. Like, for example, things dealing with, my co-parent. It was hard for me to see that. But now I'm starting to realize, like, hey, this was a lesson I had to learn. God had to show me, like, hey, sometimes you have to remove people in order to get to where you want to be, in order to create the life that you and your son need. Because had I not removed myself from that situation, I wouldn't be as healthy internally and externally as I am right now. Like, I'm able to get up at 5 a.m. and feel good every morning. I'm able to read my books. I'm able to, excel at work and do the things I need to do as his mother. And then at the same time, do it with a smile on my face. I don't have to worry about having to conform to what other people expect of me and their lifestyle, the way that they want to live. It's not okay. I have to understand that those moments in my life, while they did feel painful, they were lessons, and lessons I had to learn early. Had I learned them too late in life, I still would have been able to possibly navigate through it. But to be honest with you, it may not have been as easy as it is right now. Or it may have been, let's just say, one of those moments where, dang, I waited too long. You probably start adding those words, should, could, would, to different situations as you think about them. But with that, this one was a little short of an episode, and it's okay, because I want you guys to really take in what the message is. And the message of the day is really embracing your past fully with love, and just, I guess you can say, with grace, because we all deserve that. And one of the things that I've learned is that you are not your past, and it does not determine your future. You determine your future right now. The moves that you're making right now determine where you're going to be. And so with that, I invite you guys again to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with someone that needs to hear it. And just remember that you are growing into the most beautiful, beautiful person that God has created, and that you need to start to embrace her, embrace who she was, embrace who you are right now, and honestly put your glitter glasses on and look forward to the sparkly future that is to come. So thank you so much for listening.